Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Producer Lounge.
Is our angle a little wonk again?
Your angle's a little wonk again. Yeah, our angle's so fucked up right now. Somebody tripped over the camera grabbing a beer. Folks, no, don't move that. That doesn't move. You just gotta move the whole stand. Wrong direction.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa, it's an earthquake! Whoa! There, perfect, right there. Folks, whoa. It's the Producer Lounge. You know what it is, 400 TPL here live once again. Folks, we're going to sit here and talk about music production. That's our job that we've given ourselves. We've been doing this collectively for like almost 30 years.
We get paid for it.
We don't get paid.
Not working.
That's weird. Yeah, if you're new here, guys, this is what we do. We sit here and we bullshit about music production, talk about the ins and outs, talk about what we've learned, what we have discovered, what we're toying with at the current moment in 2020 motherfucking 4.
Indeed.
And today, as always, we have a very special guest. Is that a drum?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
nice.
A drum roll.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead.
We got Any Heights back on the fucking show, dude.
Damn.
God damn, bro.
Legend of the show.
Folks.
Let's
Spell
go.
of the producer dojo in the flesh.
Right. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure to see you boys.
Aw, honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah. Right. Quick. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
All the things.
Do all those things.
Do all the things. You know what to do.
Also, sorry for our tardiness. The fish tacos took forever.
Yeah. Took a little longer than normal.
That's okay, though.
They were dank.
They were dank.
They were insanely good.
They were good.
And
Mango.
those tortillas, oh my god.
And we got some tortillas.
So
That's
fluff.
Any Heights brought back from Albuquerque. Kind of. And yeah, they're dank. Shout out to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Mama Vic.
Shout out Mama Vic.
Mama Heights.
Folks, if you have any questions or concerns, let us know in chat. Or any topics you want us to discuss, let us know in chat. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at 400TPL.
That's right. Or leave a comment in the YouTube.
Yep.
We may see that.
Do we have a
Or
Twitter?
Sign up for us in Discord.
We do now.
Act professional, Austin. Act professional.
Brand new.
I mean, of course
Brand
we
new.
have a Twitter. What?
Look, bro, it's right here. Boom. And see, I was letting people know. The fish tacos are taking longer than expected. ... Gonna be a late start tonight.
As if anybody's watching at all.
Everybody's watching, dude. I'm pretty sure X is the #1 platform for news. So,
True.
thanks,
Yep,
Elon.
free speech. Let's go.
Big ups to free speech.
Yep. America.
100%.
Cloud out free speech.
That's-
Gotta love it.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud out.
So, what's going on in the production world, boys? What's up?
I just started song 1299 today
Oh,
when I got
shit.
home. I'm almost at 1300.
Shit.
Isn't that fucked?
Nah, do more. 400 more.
I need 400 more. Yeah.
That's our motto here.
Make 400 more.
You think you made a good track? Make 400 more, guys.
I forgot you numbered them. It's a good technique.
Yeah, dude, it's the best. It's fun. You get a little high scoreboard.
Or it's a
every
depressing
song.
technique. Depends.
Or it's also depressing.
Yeah.
It can be, yeah.
Kinda
Because you're like,
depends.
damn, I'm at 1300 and I don't have shit to show for it. Like, fuck.
Nah.
Is that every project?
You have
or
shit.
Is that every project like immediately gets to save as a new number? Or is that just, okay.
Exactly, yeah. And, there's a good chunk where it's like you only put 20 minutes into it and move on kind of thing, or like, you have to leave for whatever. So there's a handful of them that are just bullshit half-ass projects. It's not like it's 1,300 complete, fleshed out songs,
Sure. It's just
Be
projects.
Imagine.
Yeah. I have 20 original sets at the ready. Like, let's go.
Imagine.
We just had a little 4th of July party, right?
Shout out.
and I got my hopes and dreams crushed by one of our buddies there.
Who? What?
At the simple turn of two
What?
knobs, he fucking completely destroyed any confidence I had in my mixes.
What happened?
So I was testing out all my new songs on the decks there, right?
Yeah.
And it was going fine, and like people were dancing and having fun and whatever. And homie comes over and just like turns down the high end a good chunk on both of the knobs, and he's like, "You need this." I was like, "Oh my god, what?" I don't want to say who.
Ouch. I don't know if I would have.
We're not homies
mean-
with him enough for me to call him out yet.
Hmm.
But yeah, there was a moment.
Kyoto.
No, not Kyoto. Not Kyoto.
Slamedo.
Not Slamedo either.
Damn, don't rifle him off.
I know, right?
Copycat?
No, I wasn't playing when he got there.
John.
I was like finally getting to a point of like, oh, you know, my mixes are starting to sound good. Like I'm getting confident in it. And then
I've named all the people that I feel confident in. So
it was not John either.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this fucking information that you got.
It's kind of weird.
I think your high end's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I keep going back and forth. Like Kyle
No.
had once told me like, oh yeah, it's a little bright. Like, but people are doing brighter mixes lately. And I was like, okay, I guess I do mix bright. But I've been trying to be aware
Mixing
of
bright
it.
is a good problem.
Yeah,
Right.
that's better than dark, I would say.
Hot take. Mixing bright is a good problem.
Damn.
Because it's not like your bass is having a problem.
Yeah.
Your shit's heavy.
Right.
Also,
right.
you sent that shit in the other day. Nobody was fucking balking at your high end.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one said anything about the high end.
I talked to Kyle about this too whenever he made a comment as well, and I was just like, modern bass music mixes are super bright.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you
it
have
is
a
what it
bad
is. It was probably
hearing
it was
scenario
probably
in the high
intentional.
end.
Like, I don't think it was a problem. Probably
Yeah.
referencing to like modern bass mixes. That's what you
Mhm.
fucking make.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
little bit of a technical difficulty with high end as well. So, for you, I could see it.
Yeah, and I mean,
High end's kind of hard to tame. It can be tough to get the high end like in the loudness it needs to be, but also the endurability of
Yeah.
your ears that
Right.
it needs to
Where it
be.
needs to have a shimmer and not an abrasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that's a good way to put it, actually. Yeah.
but I feel like the high end's easier to tame for a live mixer, like the live mixing engineer, than the bottom end.
True.
So if you're playing live, like having a little bit brighter mixes is easier to deal with than if you're just fucking boomy the whole fucking
Or dark.
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But then
Sure.
also, like, you look at someone like Subtronics, like one of the biggest bass music guys right now, and his highness fucking cranked on every song.
His Highness.
His highness is cranked.
Yeah, it's also a very specific aesthetic, though.
It's hard as shit.
It's like super, like it's
His Highness.
like almost beyond flat. Like it's got a little bit of high end push.
It does. It
because
does.
every sound is just has high end in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But then if you listen to like, for example, Alex Perez,
Mm.
not that bright. Like there's some bright things happening, but like it's fucking very tame.
Oh, I know who
You
it
know?
was now.
Do you?
Yeah.
If it's who I think it was, come on, bro.
Damn, you're
It's
crazy.
okay.
Don't say it. It's a guy who I would trust his judgment for sure.
True.
I
Yeah,
don't
good-
remember his name, so
good
I'm
judgment.
not gonna, I can't say anything.
I remember
But-
both of his names.
I also know that
You
high
remember
end
their
is
name?
different to other people. So
Mm.
let's go best case
No,
scenario.
that-
I think
that's
high
a good
end
point.
is differently interpreted by other people. Where I've submitted mixes example when I was heavily involved in like the dojo. But Ill Gates did not like real harsh hi-hats at all. And it's just like there's definitely mixes I hear
True.
now where the hi-hats are carrying perfectly level to the end, where it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I think certain people are real like frequency prone to that as well.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yep.
But I have
the
noticed it.
environment, the speakers that you're on, there's a bunch of different things. Yeah,
I wouldn't
go-
take that
go
as a
ahead.
personal slight. I wouldn't take that as a personal slight.
I'd take it as a compliment. Oh, I got to turn my highs down a little bit. No big deal. I'll do that.
Right.
Also, it is nice to have like a little push to pay attention to your high end.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to.
Right.
I've been working on remaking breaks, so I'm just pulling in random breaks off my files and checking them to see, and then like remaking all the elements of the break, but like in new sounds and shit, different shit,
100%
different
nerd,
shit
bro.
than the regular. I'm not trying to remake the break like, whatever, audibly or whatever.
Mm.
I should know whatever the word is I'm supposed to look for there. I'm
Sonically?
sonically. There you go.
Mm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I made 2 over the course of a couple days. I'm not moving very fast here, guys. They're like 2-bar loops. And then I made one today.
Precision.
And I listened to them 1, 2, 3 in a row, and my one that I made today so much quieter sounding.
Oh,
than
yeah.
the other ones. It has way more high-end frequency content though, so I'm curious about why maybe it is a little bit quieter. But it might just be that my kick and snare ass. My snare, I made it. I used the Spectral Compressor on my kick, and I was fucking with the curve of the threshold, and I just accidentally like slammed the high end, and I was like, oh, it sounds like a fucking snare. So I just threw it on. I just duplicated it immediately and left it for my snare. And then readjusted my kick back to like kick status. But
That's amazing.
yeah, my kick specifically, I think, is like kind of lacking on the tune.
Is Spectral Compressor like a Bitwig native
No.
kind of thing?
It's a plugin.
It's
Oh.
I think isn't it free?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's free. You just look up Spectral Compressor. It's
Yeah,
like
I
a crazy
can link
OTT.
you the shit. It's
Yeah.
kind of annoying to download.
It is.
But it's sick as fuck. You can go up to like 16,000 something
ratio.
Spectral sections. You know, like the
Bands.
amount of bands.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
like,
sick as fuck.
it's like
you
an-
have up and down.
Who makes it?
I don't know. We can find out here in a minute, but
Yeah,
it's
totally.
Corp.
it's like an over the top OTT. I know how that sounds. It's an OTT basically.
You can treat it like an OTT for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it like an OTT all the time. Too.
Basically how I use it. I use it like I've been using it to see if I'm over clipping shit. So if you just slam it, you'll hear any kind of extra shitty high end stuff that you're adding into your sound when you're clipping.
Mm.
So it's a nice thing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just generally use it for a lot of things. Generally
Generally use it.
Oh my
generally
goodness!
use it.
Of course, I switched the things here when I didn't want to switch them.
Mm.
We'll fix this after this episode here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to grab either. Oh my goodness, computer. Dear Christ. All right.
There we go.
There we are. In Beatwig.
In the DAW.
Spectral Compressor. This fucking thing.
Ew.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it just looks like a really...
It's a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit looking.
CTYA is the worst.
It's sick as fuck though.
Let's go. Okay.
Let me see if I can... Let's put something in it so you can see what's happening.
It's like if Microsoft Paint was a compressor.
Throw a
That's what
break
this
in
looks
there.
like.
You use Ableton. Ableton is Microsoft Paint of DAWs, dude.
No,
Like,
it's
I
a
don't-
little bit nicer than
No,
that.
it's just gray and clinical. It's the exact same thing as this. Yeah, thank you. So let's just grab a random thing.
I like the over.
Conga.
Bitwig's not a great looking DAW.
Yeah,
Better
it
looking
is.
than Ableton.
It does look great.
I think they all kind of just look whatever. They look like.
I think Logic is the best looking.
I disagree.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons right now.
No, Logic looks good, and all their built-in native instruments and effects look like VSTs, like for sure.
Yeah, it looks like a beginner would like it. Nothing, you're a beginner. But he used Ableton, folks. He's like a scientist. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. As we're about to find out with this shitty looking plug-in that we got here.
I honestly like when they're simple. I'm just
Sponsor us, Spectral Compressor.
You should, though. Let me just
Absolutely
set the audio correctly here, guys.
Vic, you're past the 10-year mark, right?
Look at all
You have
those
the mastery belt.
of what?
Producing for 10 years.
No, definitely not a mastery belt, but I've been making music for over 10 years, but super seriously for about the last 8. I start counting kind of when I came to Denver is when I got pretty serious about
Nice.
making it.
Yeah.
Before that, I was just a little raver kid, and
You were decent at that point.
I don't know.
Oh.
I understood the flow of a DAW, but I got real heavy in about 8 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely over 10 years. Over 10 years for sure.
Nice.
All right, so here we got the Spectral Compressor on here, and nothing's happening. It's just playing this thing.
Let's throw a break in after the sound.
What?
After a break.
Okay. I can turn the ratio up to 500 on
Wow.
downwards and upwards.
Wow. Whoa.
I don't hate how that looks. I think
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. And then you can
Check this
change
shit
your
out,
curve.
This is the
What?
threshold curve.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a,
Sick as fuck. You just made
You changed
multiple
the slope.
sick ass sounds.
Oh my god.
Sorry, everybody.
yeah, you can do all sorts of
So
shit.
doing
You
a
can
nice
change
little light curve and then angling it in a way where you're getting like
trash in my.
you can give yourself a nice little curve that you like.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually.
Also the for the up and down, you have thresholds for how loud it will get. So you can make your upwards compression at like negative, I usually set it like negative 12 or something like that. And then it's only upping to a certain point,
Yeah.
you know?
That was
No,
kinda cool.
not a funk loop. God damn it.
What's wrong with a funk loop?
Funk.
You're
is-
so racist. So this is without it.
And it gets louder.
Can you mute the bands
It's 500.
or solo them rather?
No.
No.
But like change the band size. It's like third from the left on the bottom. Yeah. No, you were on it. 248. That 2048.
Oh yeah. I was like
Change the
third
bands.
from the left.
So you can
There's
go
no
all the way up
left or
to
right.
32,000 something bands.
32,000?
But you can go also.
32,
I really like
700.
going down with them. Oh, there you go. 40. You can go. You can go down like 200 and something.
Oh.
I think you scroll to the left.
Oh.
No, you don't.
You just got to close it and open it up again. It's fidgety, guys.
Yeah, it's also like slightly ghetto, and it like doesn't like to work sometimes.
There you go. 64. So you can bring it down to 64, which is kind of nice. Sometimes you'll have a sound and you're just like, test out the amount of bands. Just find where you get sick ass amount of bands. Yeah, so you have the like offset in the upwards and downwards compressions.
Let's go.
I will usually just set it at like something like a 2-to-1 or a 4-to-1, typically on either of the upwards or downwards compressors. And
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I go fucking hard with this thing.
I don't.
Like the fact that
It's
it
left and
goes
right.
up to
It's left and
500.
right.
No, it isn't, dude. It doesn't.
Well, right now it's not, but it is.
I've never used this. I've always done up and down.
Okay.
Weird.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
It's sick as fuck. You can also use it
It's
for
also
like a sidechain.
Yep.
Kind of a deal.
Yep. It's got a
Mhm.
side
So
chain
you can
input.
do spectral sidechaining with it.
Mhm.
It's sick as fuck.
It's super.
That plugin is
fucking
dope.
nasty. It's kind of jank, as you've seen. But when you get it working, it's fucking sick.
You guys said it was free.
I don't have a lot of problems with it, to be honest.
This
the
always
most part-
this always happens to me. It like stops
Yeah.
working midway through, and I can't like use anything. I have
It
to
does a
close
little
it,
bit of that
restart
to
it.
me as well. But
Well,
other
that-
than that,
I would call that
it-
jank.
the Janzen
that's not what I was saying.
But
It's mostly good.
Yes.
It mostly works really
sales
well.
pitch ever.
What's up?
Worst sales pitch ever.
for free though, for free, I'll take a
It's free
jank
as
plugin
fuck.
all day.
Sponsor us.
Name a plugin that does all that shit.
Right, and is less than $200.
Period. That I don't care how much it costs. I don't
Right.
think there is one.
That's fair. It's a good point.
The UI actually does look nice as far as like the frequency spectrum.
It's just basic.
Yeah, it's just really
It
basic.
doesn't need to have a bunch of extra shit on it.
I like
It's
stuff
just
that it
really
shows you
nice.
what it's doing audibly,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Especially if it's doing kind of weird stuff, like Spectral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's a must, right?
gives you like a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they
Yeah.
just give us a dark theme though? Like I don't understand why the default of free plugins is always just
You
light
can-
skin.
A free
Don't
dark
get
skin. You can get this thing so that everything you look at your computer is dark. It's called sunglasses, and everything is dark themed immediately.
Dude, that's a sick
It's
extension.
crazy.
I need to get that.
It's crazy, I know.
That does sound sick.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't have a dark theme either. I wanted that when I opened it up. I was like,
You're like,
or like let me just change it to like green
oh yeah,
or anything.
right.
I mean, maybe it does. I just haven't found the button. It's very,
haven't looked
very
at all.
possible.
I've always liked that about Span. That you can just change it to like
Yes.
whatever
I
color mood you're
know.
in.
And
Yeah.
all the M audio plugins, you can just sit there and make it look fucking neat,
Mm-hmm.
however you want, which is kind of fun.
You can also randomize the colors, but that gets chaotic.
Yes,
Instantly.
that's too much.
Yeah, it's so
Hilarious.
much.
That's not a good idea.
I never think about it. Never care. Never think about it.
Mm.
You want to know something that I have hated about myself that's gotten terrible? So in Ableton, you know how you can color coordinate groups? Obviously, you can do it in any DAW, but you can assign group colors
Yeah.
to all the tracks within a group.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have been obsessed with using muted desert tone colors
Yeah.
for all of my groups. So like my projects is like the smallest palette of colors. But dude, I can't make music if the color palette is not perfect.
Oh, let's
Like,
go.
dude, it's been bugging me so much when
What?
Honestly, I feel you. I'm super like sensitive with
It's been
my
terrible.
template colors for sure.
No, it's a fault. I view it as a fault. I'll be making music with people and stuff, and I'm just like, hold on, dude, this group
Hold on, I gotta-
this group is the wrong color.
What?
I'm
That's
not as
wild.
like deep as you where it's just like the select like yellows and oranges. I have some color, but there's some like horrible colors that if you open a channel and it turns to that color, it's just the worst.
No
thing,
neon
like,
color, dude. Only muted colors.
Muted are
I like
nice, yeah.
muted colors.
The pastels, yeah, they're so good.
And I need
They're
them to be
so
close
good.
together too. I need them to be
Yeah.
similar. I need
Yeah.
them to look good in a
Hilarious.
unit.
My template goes up like a rainbow, basically. So like the colors fade into the next color as you're going up. It
I'm glad
looks
it's
so
not me
nice.
because I've been wasting time doing that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
a huge waste of time.
I've been wasting time doing that.
Dude, it makes the music sound better. I don't know what you
Nah,
guys are
I
talking about.
doubt it.
My sets are fucking
I do.
sweet when I
pay
send a project to
almost
somebody. That,
zero attention to that shit.
None. Zero.
well, because Bitwig looks like shit, dude. Let's see what it I'm just kidding.
You do realize in Bitwig, I could upload a picture of a desert and it would give me a palette of just those colors contained in that picture.
That's sick.
It sounds like way more of a waste of time than what I'm doing.
It takes literally a second, and then you don't have to change a color ever again.
They'll just randomly do it.
Yeah, it just randomly sets it up so it's all those muted, all those colors you want.
Fuck, that does sound
That
sick.
does sound sick.
And I never use it. I just Control
sick.
Shift T or Control T, and I just like, okay, this one's blue.
These group colors are
It's-
killing me, dude.
I don't care.
I hate it when it's like, it's brown now. I'm like, I guess this one's brown.
Yeah,
I
You
don't
hate it?
change it.
Brown's my
I don't
favorite
change
color. I love that.
It looks like shit.
It does look like shit. I like tan. I'm not a fan of the brown. But the tan is
it's
nice.
too close to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I'm concerned about color is when I have a moment in a track that I'm like, oh, I need to go back and change that. I'll like section it out and make it like an inverse of whatever the rest of the track's color is, so that when
Yeah.
I zoom out, I'll be like, oh yeah, that thing's that's
Give it
over
a
there
lot of
that's
contrast
green,
so you
and
can recognize it.
recognize and be like, oh, I needed to
Yeah.
fuck with that fill because it's
Yeah.
fucked or whatever. But
EOS actually does that. Dan, shout out Dan.
shout out.
He's specifically EOS. Do you know him?
No.
Did you say who?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought someone said who. I swear to God, I heard you say who. Anyway, he specifically doesn't use red in any of his.
What? He doesn't use red?
Yeah, he doesn't use red
That's funny.
because because
It's
yeah,
negative vibes, dude.
negative vibes. You
Red
don't
is
want-
like my favorite color.
But he uses red specifically. He'll make clips red that he wants to go back and adjust. So when he's listening through, he's
Right.
like, "Oh,
I
I need to do
get
a thing
that.
here."
Right,
So
right.
then the red pops out from everything, and
Yeah.
it's like, "Fuck with this area. This needs the thing."
If I see red like
That's
that,
smart.
I'm like right channel. That's what red usually means to me when it comes to audio.
Mm.
Because left is white.
RCA.
Yeah,
Oh,
Right is red.
funny.
That's,
Right is always red.
Yeah, right is
Yeah.
always red.
But red is usually contributed to an error.
Right.
So it
right.
does make sense to
Yeah.
color things red that you want to fuck
If you're
with.
a school teacher.
Sounds great. I like that idea.
No, yeah, it's fine. I just that's the only time I do anything like that is just make a contrast, but I don't think about it that hard.
Dude,
Yeah.
I go hard on the colors.
If I think like that will just distract me from the beat
Mm.
instantly. The moment I start being like, well, I want this a certain color, and then I start making the groups different colors, and then I'm not even making a song.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there changing. I'm treating it like paint, and it's like
Yeah.
this is a DAW. This isn't fucking Photoshop. Like,
It's actually not a visual.
yeah, it's not a
Thing at
visual
all.
thing. It's an auditory thing. But I get it. It's fine.
I get it as
It's
well.
fine.
I definitely get it as well.
Yeah.
I'm bad at even just naming channels.
Yeah, me
I'm not-
too,
I'm not
dude.
naming
Oh, I
channels.
never do that. Fuck that.
I've
I,
got-
I name my groups just because that's how my template is set up. But
yeah, same.
I don't.
but-
I never name shit. I don't see the point.
Do you name them?
Yeah, I name them too.
Nice.
Do you?
I name them at the beginning though, right when I get
Respect.
started.
Mm.
Respect.
Also, I don't go track by track and change colors. I can assign like all to just a group color. So like once I have a
Right,
template as well, so
right.
then it's just like, all right, just assign it to that color. And
Right,
we're
and
good.
then every
True.
time you do it, it remains the same.
Mm-hmm.
I just love making a beautiful color palette. I don't know.
I know.
what
I
it is.
feel you.
It
It's
makes
nice
calming.
to look at.
It's
Yeah.
good energy for the project.
You gotta send me your template.
Oh,
I wanna
yeah,
see the
dude.
color
Well,
palette.
what would be funny is if you're color blind and we go and look at your project and it's just a nightmare
Terrible.
of different colors.
Purples and
Yeah.
greens.
He's
and
like, no, it's all earth tones. And you're like, no, bro.
That might be why I don't care. I am colorblind.
Yeah.
So
I did not know that about you, Dave.
He's not like
Yeah,
severely,
it's
but
not bad.
yeah.
It's barely.
What are the bad ones? The muted
I
colors?
honestly don't know.
Probably the muted colors.
Mm.
I'll send you a project. You can look at it.
I don't think it's the muted colors. The stuff you're talking about sounds pretty straightforward.
What Ableton needs is to just give us a fucking like color wheel, because FL Studio has that, and I'm sure Bitwig, if you can
Oh,
just
it does.
throw an image in,
It has a color wheel.
we get like what 64 colors, which is fine, but like fucking just give us a color wheel. Be so much better.
Yeah, they really
Yeah,
need to-
Ableton.
Yeah.
Hey,
Ableton.
also while you're at it, just unrat's nest your fucking software.
Yeah, that too.
Let's get the code working like well,
Yeah,
where it's not crashing all the time.
and then
That'd be
Serum is
Never-
default.
Never mind, just get Bitwig.
Be pretty sweet, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice in the next generation of DAWs if it's like, if there's a really easy editor, so you could just like customize the colors of the whole DAW.
I know.
Like, I don't understand why every DAW has such a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so hard to code it in. Like, how? Every other program that I know of, you can just like change the color of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why it's so hard. It's just a 6-digit
True.
code in the code. Like, why can't I just have
Only
a
6
text
digits,
box?
guys.
Maybe it's 7. I don't know.
Bitwig did just,
think it-
at least in the beta, they're about to release 5.2. They changed all the graphics to the graphics card.
Mm-hmm. The GPU,
Mm.
So it's not using CPU anymore.
which is
Mm.
tight.
Pretty tight.
That is tight.
Which they upgrade all of the visuals in the software.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Bitwig is on it.
Almost.
They're gonna dominate the scene in the coming years.
It's still got some strange bits
Oh yeah.
to it, but yeah, it's great. One thing that I find funny is every time I look on social media and there's some argument about like which DAW's the best or whatever, or some meme, like Bitwig is never included.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you guys are all right, whatever. You guys have Reason in there. Who the fuck uses Reason anymore? But okay.
Isn't just Reason a VST if you have to use it now?
Basically, yeah. It's weird.
Ayo.
Good one, Vic. I
You have a
didn't even know I was
whole-
making a joke.
Hey, you're a joking kind of guy.
You
dude.
can use it as a DAW, but
I didn't know you still
you
could.
can use it as a VST now.
So I've never used Reason, but Mad Low just because the Easy Bake Boys do. And they seem like troopers. And I saw them say something that they were mad about how they have to open it as like a VST now. So probably
It's
wrong.
hilarious. Your DAW works as a VST. Can't work as good.
It's kind of how
It's
I
just
use
an actual
Ableton.
piece of software, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Why are the easy baked guys on Reason? That's absurd.
It's because they've always been on it, and they fucking should switch to Bitwig, obviously.
They should switch to anything. Those dudes
Right,
are sick
anything.
as
Yeah.
fuck.
I know,
Those
right?
dudes are sick as
Anything.
fuck.
No doubt.
Hilarious.
Shout out Easy Baked.
Much love.
Shout
Much
out
love.
Bacon Easy.
Bacon Easy. Well,
Dead
high-end
air.
DAWs, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, high end's tricky, man.
I don't get it.
I use SonarWorks in my studio, although I have it down to about 50% mix at this point. But I have a tilt on there, so it's giving me less bass and more high end for this kind of reason, so that I'm kind of able to more easily push.
More bass, less high end?
No.
I think that would make more sense. If it gives you more bass, then you're going to push the high end
No,
more.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. I have a 6 dB tilt that gives me like 3 more decibels on the bottom end and 3 less decibels on the top end. And yeah, it kind of like forces me to pay better attention to my top end and bottom end relation. And that and Vision 4X, shout out, really
We should look at that.
paying attention to like where my top end sits most of the time, especially in relation to like songs that I reference. I can look at where they sit and I'm like, oh wow, the fucking high end's like fucking super loud, but it sounds fine. And then I go into my own song and I'm like, oh yeah, my high end's like super fucking low or sparse or you know what have you. And yeah, I've just been getting better at pushing through that like moment of like the hi-hats are too loud. It's like, no, it's just because
It's annoying to listen to.
yeah, that and like a lot of times when my high end's like seems too loud, it's because my bass is like way too loud. So I bring the bass down and then my high end kind of like equals the pressure almost. And I'm like, oh, now it sounds louder, but it doesn't sound as harsh because now it's not being forced down by the 30 hertz that's pushing against the limiter the whole time. So it gives it a little bit more room to jostle around.
Right.
In Vision, is it purely just one of the? I'm only saying tonal balance control because that's the only other thing.
It has that.
That's what
it
I'm
has
saying.
that.
Is that what you're referencing at?
Yeah. I reference a pink noise curve.
But is it still in the same like? Yeah, just show me.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I'll show you right now.
It's so sick. We've talked about it before. We will talk about it more.
Yep.
Until someone else makes something better. But good luck
Good luck.
going up against the Noisia boys
Oh my god, right?
Right.
on creating a good fucking visual analyzer. Like those guys, they know what they're doing.
Now we need to fucking put in another.
If Flux ever has an update, I hope they do the little like tonal balance Blue River thing.
Ozone
jealous
did good
of
with the
that.
total balance control. Like they did good with that.
Right.
Sorry. damn thing always wants to just play at the maximum.
It's got so
fucking
much
volume.
aliasing on it.
It's also coming through, like I said, Sonoworks
Still. But
I think it's supposed to. It's slightly.
true.
So here it has a bunch of these different curves you can see on the right there.
That's exactly it.
This is set to D&B hard, but I usually set it just to this, which is pink noise. And then it not only gives you the curve, but it gives you kind of the dynamic range you generally want to kind of be in. And being able to like see where the high end is in relation to the bottom end is huge. It's fucking huge.
Yeah, which the high end maybe is a little hot for this fucking thing that we're working with here.
Here, we can change it this way if people
I
want to.
like that view.
I hate this view now. This
Oh,
seems
really?
weird.
This guy's
No,
used to it.
no. I love. That's what tonal
is-
balance control looks like.
So
This
Yeah.
is
so
what
this
I'm
one,
used to.
if you look at this, what you'll notice is the like the time-based shit goes together. So your oscilloscope goes with the whatever the fuck- spectrograph. So you can zoom in on shit and watch it. So it's a little weird to get used to at first, but
That
it's
does make
really,
sense, though.
really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's super
Looking
nice.
at it this way is
These
really
two
the way.
correlate this way, and these two
Yep.
correlate this way.
Yep.
So you can really
Oh shit!
figure out
Everything
look,
works
this is all
together.
in the
Oh,
exact
that's
same
really
spot.
cool.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Can you move the top right one, the tonal balance one, to like the left side though?
No, you can just like rotate it.
Okay.
But the thing you can do is you can sit here and just like, oh, I just want these two, or I just want these two,
Yeah,
or
that's
I just
pretty
want
cool.
this one, and then you just open 4 different versions
You
of
could
it.
open multiple if you want.
Yeah, and it's not really going to slow it down or anything. It's pretty transparent, which is nice. Until you start getting into like 180 tracks that all have L2 oversampled on them and stuff, and then it's going to have an issue.
Mhm.
But for
Yeah,
the
no
most
doubt.
part, it's pretty fine. What's nice is you could zoom in, and you can like go, and as each of these hits, you can see exactly what's happening on
Yeah,
the
it
right.
freezes.
That's
You can
pretty
go look at the
fucking
bottom and
sweet.
like see how the kick drum hits over here.
And, like,
Zoom.
Like that fucking snare right there has a bunch of low end in it.
Right.
Oh, as
Right.
you
Look
move
at all
it
that.
through,
Yep.
it brings it back into the
Mhm.
what?
Yeah, that's good stuff. I don't want to
Oh, and you can just pause it
This-
there too.
yeah.
What the
This is the wrong
fuck?
word. Underestimate. I think tonal balance control and like that kind of visual representation is the best tool
It's
in music
so nice.
production.
It's so nice.
Just knowing where you
Totally.
land. I think that's even referencing is really good. Just referencing other tracks, but referencing other tracks is going to get you in there
Right.
if you're like doing it well.
I think using this to reference other tracks and then take it to your track is the best way.
Yep.
Because now you're getting a visual for what the pros are doing, and then you can kind of reverse engineer that back to your track immediately.
Mhm.
Like you don't have to like hit play and then like try and figure it out. You could play a bar of someone else's track and then look at your bar like
Mhm.
right next to it.
What I
Which is
love
sick.
about those ones too is that it's just a comparison of the frequency content as opposed to loudness. So
Mhm.
it's not even necessarily going for
Yeah.
loudness, right? We're just balancing mixes at this point.
Right.
And yeah, if you don't have like a good monitoring setup, and honestly, even if you have a good monitoring setup, it's probably not even close to perfect in any type of home studio. I
Mhm.
think that's the best visual representation.
It is so nice.
Shout out Vision. It didn't work on the M2, but that was about a year ago. I need to see if it does now because
Mm.
I don't have tonal balance control. That was the one I always used, and I've been looking for a good one. So hopefully, I figured
Yeah,
it out.
I had a crack low key, and it didn't work all the time. And then something happened, and I only had it for like a month, and I didn't really fully understand it. But the nice thing about Vision 4X is Noisia did an interview with Plugin Boutique, and they specifically described how they use it, and like that alone is like, oh, okay, these are the makers of the plugin, and they're describing how they use it. So it's nice to like
Mhm.
get an actual like, oh, like we use it for this exact thing like this. This is how we reference blah, 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 blah. So you're like, oh, okay, I know how to use the tool now as it's intended.
In the desert out here.
Which is sick, dude. We out here in the
Hanging out
fucking desert,
fucking
dude.
desert.
Vic's color scheme right there.
That's my shit. Yeah, I knew it was good. I was really excited for it. I
Yeah,
wish it
what's
just would
it
have worked on my
cost?
computer.
Right.
It says
It's
Apple.
$60 right now. That's $60
Damn.
for the full version.
And you're supporting Noisia. Like, come on.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's so cheap compared to Flux. Flux is like $400.
Yeah, Flux is very expensive.
I got Flux on a weird sale one day. I know they do weird ones. I got Flux for like $40 too.
Oh, okay, that's
Damn.
Which
fair.
probably can be with this, but I waited for a
Mm.
sale. I know normally it's quite a bit more.
It's like
Right.
80% off.
Nice.
It was it was just like one day where it's just like I don't even remember what it was, but like
Sure.
because I'm terrible. I don't boot software. I mean, it sucks, but I buy them. So
Yeah.
like,
It
Honestly,
could be
good for you.
annoying on Apple as well
Yeah, yeah.
to do that.
yeah, I buy them. So it's just like definitely Black Friday. Always looking forward to it, and then like any type of free one that's stable, I'm pretty
Yeah.
good with.
I'm doing it. I'm not doing much of that these days either. Just kind of.
I kind of know what I want.
I have
these
some
days,
things
too.
that
Yeah.
are booted, but like.
Also-
for the most part, if I'm getting something new, I just pay for it.
It's crazy that the better you get with your tools, right? You kind of just you use your.
Doesn't matter so much.
Mm-hmm.
It just matters
Mhm.
less. Yeah, you use your tools. You learn to use whatever tool you have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually kind of annoyed recently. Razer was on sale, like 80% off. It was only $20, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah! I've wanted this for a while now. Like, I'll just go ahead and buy it." And I bought it, and I couldn't get it to install. Something with their like native installer thing glitched out, and I hit up John and even had him help me. And he was working on it for like an hour and a half, doing like everything in his PC nerd brain he could to fix this thing. And
John
he couldn't
knows
even
how to
fucking
do
get
it.
it.
John knows how to do it too.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I hate.
Yeah.
I actually.
So
I like the installer, what the master software that you have to do where you can install everything in like one clean swoop. If it works good, but I've encountered situations like that, especially like Isotope and like Ozone and everything, because I have older ones. And then also, who did they get purchased by? They recently got purchased. I think it was by Native Instruments.
Who?
Isotope.
Oh, Isotope did?
Yeah, the company. It's now purchased by like
shit.
one of those like huge ones now. So they revamped everything, a bunch of stuff. That's why Trash 2, they discontinued it for a while. I heard the new Trash plugin is trash.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. That's all I've heard too.
But I was just like, I had so many projects that had Trash 2
I've
on
heard
it.
some people like it.
I think it's just a
I haven't tried
light.
it.
I think Trash 2 was just like familiar, right? So just like saying I'm going to upgrade to Trash 3 or something, it just not familiar. Also, there's all kinds of new distortion ones. There's a lot of hard ones
It
that
is
are
different.
like,
It's
you have to
very
compete with like
different
Rift.
than 2.
Rift is like really good. Thermal's, I think
Oh.
Thermal's sick for like different things, but Rift is a hard one to beat these days in terms of distortion, I think.
Yeah, Rift is cool.
Speaking of distortion, which ones are you digging?
I just got one called Cold Fire. Have you heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
It's fucking really sick. I forget who it's by.
It's a terrible name.
I'm kind of down with it. It's a little cheesy. Cold Fire, like
Dude,
I'm okay with it.
That's like white black.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's like what?
the black
Imagine
darkness.
a cold fire.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah,
It's-
I feel you. I feel you.
Also, these
How
days,
does it even work?
The UI is gorgeous though, even though it's a light theme. I forgive
that's
them
right.
because
It's
the colors
Arturia.
are amazing. And they have
colors.
yeah.
Oh, it's
colors.
Arturia.
I know,
They're
right?
important.
Yeah, it would be Arturia.
So you have
Arturia makes good shit.
Yeah, they do.
They do. It's amazing. What's really cool about this one though is it has so many different algorithms for their distortion.
Mm.
There's like literally probably like 30 to 40 different
Damn.
ones. It's
Okay.
fucked up, maybe even a little more. And it's cool because so that big red knob on the left and the yellow one on the right, those are two separate distortions that you can use, and you have like pre-filters, post-filters, and you can dry wet those.
Are they in parallel or are they in
Oh, that's a good. I haven't even
Series?
thought
in
about that.
series?
I'm sure you
Probably
can
in
adjust
series.
that.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
It's in the manual.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can make drop downs, so you can choose like your different kind of distortion, and they have a bunch of fun random ones, which I have
Oh,
no idea
right.
what they do. Like one is called like
Rectify.
force. Yeah, they have rectifiers. They have like folders, like all the kind of thing. And then in those they have little like subcategories of distortions you can use for 'em. Oh, shout out HS8s. He's got the white ones.
Oh,
Get-
oh,
And
oh
a
shit,
black
and
one.
a black one. What?
Hilarious.
Dude, I was
I'm rich and I have one of each.
yeah.
Like, all right.
I was talking with AC.
I mean, get
He
some
has
better
the-
speakers if
Oh,
you're
that's true.
rich.
Yeah.
He has the black HS8s, and I was like, dude, we could just switch. We can just go black and white, and he can go white and black.
Hilarious.
Good.
Do that. But this is cool. I've been really pumped on this guy.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
I would think a matching pair would probably be a better option than
Right. You think
randomly.
right. The ones you buy together, you want to stick with, I would think.
I think so too.
Interesting.
That distortion plugin.
You
looks
guys
sick.
hate color, though, so I don't know. Can't trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I
it's not
hate
what
color.
we're
I like
talking
sound.
about.
The speakers are for sound, not,
It's
for
what
color.
we're talking about.
Dude, it's speakers are based on how they look.
Vibe is everything. Vibe is everything.
Vibe is everything.
I mean, I agree. I like good vibe, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I wouldn't want
acoustics-
that. That would throw me off. I wouldn't want that in
Yeah,
my
it would
room.
be weird.
I gotta bring this up real quick because I've been waiting for this guy to drop the shit for so long. There's this guy. I think it's Moldavite. He's like a 3D artist, and he's been designing these weird, like psychedelic, metallic casings for USBs and for speakers. And he's finally selling them now after like a year and a half. Can we look these up real quick?
Sure.
Moldavite, Moldivite, Moldavite, I think.
Oh
Just
my-
type in like Moldavite rocket case, I guess. Should come up. Maybe just go to images. Or maybe do like just Moldavite art Instagram.
Dovite.
Oh, was it DA? Molda, not
Probably just
Molda.
what you just typed.
Moldavite family. Crystal jewelry.
Crystal jewelry sounds more in line.
Isn't Moldavite a rock? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to like.
So do like Moldavite art or like Moldavite CD or Moldavite USB casing.
It's kind of funny. There was an old MIDI device developer, and
Problem is, it's just gonna find crystals constantly.
his
Like,
name was Moldover.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, I know that guy.
yeah.
That guy made a bunch of fucking. He was doing like mods on MIDI gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was sick as fuck.
Oh, here we go. Moldavite artifacts Instagram.
I can hear the boys downstairs
I know,
through my headphones.
I just heard that too.
Yeah.
That was
They're loud.
calm down.
I mean, they can keep their energy.
They're
They just need to talk slightly quiet. Boys, if you're watching, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So he just did his first release of the USBs, which is I
Oh.
think that first top
oh,
left
I
one.
see.
Yeah. So he's been 3D printing just these insane little like, I don't know, fucking crazy cases.
Looks like it's covered in like
Well,
something from Stranger Things.
It's kind of
I know,
metal,
right?
I guess.
Yeah. It's very very metal.
It's very
um,
techno.
Scroll down a little bit though. There's two I want to show. There's one for the CDJs.
That one's pretty sick. No, low key.
right. And then there's some for like actual speakers, and he's planning on making
What
these.
the fuck is this?
Is that your vibe? Do you want that?
No, I don't.
Like,
I think they're
Here I am
a
crawling.
little too much for me.
So funny.
It's a little too much, but
Yo.
I think it is cool, and like I could see how people could be pumped, and I'm just excited to see like if he does more shit. But yeah, oh yeah, so he actually that one's printed.
It
It's,
looks
So
like
let's
you can
fucking
hit a
go.
wrong button.
it's
I know,
so
right?
techno, dude.
Oh
He
yeah,
wants
look,
to
there's
get
the
like
speaker.
fucked in the ass while he's wearing that thing, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Just
Not
like, oh
into
yeah,
it.
if you have devil pointy fingers, it's
Yeah,
for you.
This
I-
is crazy.
I will just
Yeah,
say
right there, go to the
I do
speaker
not
one.
like any of these things.
no,
yeah, I
don't
would
really
never
like
actually
it.
get it, but I don't know. I think it's cool.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's
I
a-
appreciate it.
yeah, it's a cool
Right.
idea. I feel like
don't
it
like
would
it.
vibrate heavily on your speaker.
Yeah.
I prefer this, but I also
I don't know.
I can see like
dude.
sudden death.
That's not
Sudden
my
death
vibe.
would have CDJs like
I mean,
It's not gonna fit into the fucking
No,
case.
it's not gonna fit. That's for sure. No. And I like the idea of coming up with a cool case.
Exactly.
That's like
I
that's
don't
a-
like that case.
those are the
Yeah.
CDJs that they have at Berghain, that nightclub in Germany.
Right.
Yeah, that's like
Right,
what
yeah.
they
At Bergheim. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
There's
it?
people like
I didn't have
fucking
enough-
off to the right,
Yeah.
butt fucking too.
Oh, he has a little microphone too.
How would you
Join
put it in
our
a
wait
mic
list.
stand?
Exactly.
I low-key want these.
Some issues here.
Also, bruh.
I'm
eat
surprised.
some-
You guys
eat
are
some
part of the
food.
chain gang. You guys are about it.
What is this?
Chain gang.
This guy's an alien,
Dude,
actually.
eat some food.
I know.
He needs some fucking sausages and
See
some
albino?
beer.
Some snuffages.
Dude, the
can see
meth,
his fucking
the
ribs.
meth does it to you. You know?
Mess, what's up, dude?
He's like, I need meth models to promote
Looking
my
for a
product.
group, honestly.
This-
Low key, I think it's a cool idea. It's a weird execution, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yo,
Just the potential of it. Yeah.
Look at
Just
that
fun
jacket.
cases.
Jesus
Jacket's
Christ, the
sick.
Instagram comment just killed me. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was a great one, right?
metaphysically proud and in awe. Who the fuck writes that?
Dude, you need to take me away from this page. You need to take me away from this page quick. Desert
Yeah, you getting really horny right now?
Dude, quite opposite.
He's going bust, dude.
But dude, yeah. So if I'm trying to go like jungle themed studio,
Yeah,
maybe
like-
one day I can get like my speaker.
If it was
stand
vines,
is, like vines and
vines, yes.
trees growing up.
Now we're
right?
talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Be fucking so sick.
That or I'd want it like more angular, straight, technological. Like I don't want
like
it organic.
A Cybertruck.
I want
Yeah,
a
speaker
like-
case.
I want a
Organic is
decal.
weird.
A decal.
decal.
Because
The
the
decals are
shit's
there, though.
made in an ergonomic.
Correct. It's already
Thing. It's
the
already-
shaped way it should be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't really need to change the shape.
Is it shaped the way it
So-
should be though? It doesn't even hold CD. It doesn't even hold CDs.
No, we're talking about the speaker.
Okay.
I was
got caught
thinking
up
a
on the
C- I was
CDJ
thinking
holder.
a CDJ.
Oh, you were thinking CCDJs. My
yeah.
bad.
Either way. Either way, same shit.
Either way, yeah.
It's made to be
It looks
this
cool already.
shape. The buttons, when you push them, they're not. You don't have to reach into a thing to push them.
Yeah.
Like they're made ergonomically to try and be. It could be better, obviously,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
for-
not what we're doing with the case.
No, it's
Mhm.
rich
We're
people
just
things.
making it look different.
If you
And-
can afford a case for a CDJ 3000,
oh god.
maybe you
Right.
should buy other things.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, his real money maker is the case too, dude. You just carry
You're
the
right.
whole thing
Yeah.
in
right. You get the. You get
just like
the,
a coffin, just like
Right. 100% a coffin.
Just like-
Well,
we're blowing it with sponsors today.
I know, Jesus.
We're blowing it.
Dude, that guy paid us like thousands of dollars, and we just shit on him.
Shit on a poor guy.
No,
Unfortunate.
I like the idea of like aesthetically customizing your things.
Sure.
Sure.
Mhm.
I'm worried about putting anything on my speakers. Like I don't even like putting anything on top of my speakers because I'm
Yeah.
like, is that going to vibrate and change the tone of what's coming out of my speakers?
The case would somehow have to like not touch the actual speaker.
Right.
So it'd have to be like a part of the
They're
stand
like
or
hovering
something.
out
Yeah.
an inch away from the speaker at
I
all
would
times.
trust that less.
I have all kinds of shit on my speakers.
Now,
Yeah.
I have all kinds of shit.
me
on
too.
my-
Me too. I got shit resting on my speakers as well.
Yeah, I got all kinds of shit.
I got B here now, sitting on my fucking left.
Oh.
You got what?
Be
It's
Here
a
Now
book.
by Ramdas.
Oh. I was
Yes.
like, bee hair?
Yeah.
Like you have hairs of bees on your
I have
speaker?
B hair right now, sitting on top of my left speaker.
In all
You're
fairness, I thought that's what he
correct.
said too. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for clarification.
I shaved many bees.
Ah, that makes sense.
Just to make a pile of bee hair.
Killer bees, son. I
You're
do have,
free.
I do have
Next bee.
Legos sitting on my left speaker as well, although I've been really tempted to move them.
Damn.
I'd be more interested in covering my speakers with decals to make them look like a racing car, if anything.
Oh, see, I don't like stickers on the speaker.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have any on there right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Stickers?
That's as far as I would go.
The
God.
the microwave in my house is from like college, and I have a Vans sticker on it.
Yeah,
and I
let's
fucking
go.
hate it,
Oh.
dude. I don't even wear Vans shoes. I fucking hate that
Yeah.
sticker. I get it.
That sticker is
Don't put stickers on your appliances.
Yeah, right.
stick
Don't do it.
Keep them clean.
especially
Mhm.
Vans. That's so 2008.
My speakers had stickers on them when I bought them. I haven't touched them.
Mm.
Just set them up. I don't care.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't care at all. Don't fucking care what the speakers look like. Just
Sound.
I'm looking to hear things here.
Yep.
All right. What else cool stuff you guys been up to?
Fuck, dude. All right, my bad.
We're talking about stickers still.
We've been moving. What are we at?
I feel
we're
like
at
it's
an hour.
intermission
We're
time.
plenty.
We're at an hour.
Yeah.
We could go to Page if we wanted to.
Might be time for
I
the
say-
page, bro.
I say no.
No.
Let's do it another time.
Oh, sure. It's a little
We started
late
late.
to do the Page.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd
well,
rather just chill.
If
Yeah.
that's the case,
Something else you want to bring up?
yeah, I wanted to talk for a quick second.
Okay.
AT brought up the fact that he made a kick drum for the first time from scratch.
Ooh.
And I just wanted to
Oh.
hear from the boys if anybody.
Our little man.
I
Let's
know.
Get into
It's
it.
big ups.
Do you
big
remember
ups,
how much-
AT.
Okay, folks, I just gotta say, AT railed on people who were into making their own percussion for years, up until about last week. And it's so great to see just the progression. You can always change your mind. It's okay. You can hate a thing and never understand it and shit on people.
Well, that's
And then one day, if you just keep an open mind like he does,
that's
you'll be
definitely
there.
that's a good point. Is like as an artist, be aware that you could shut something down. Like we could shut down this guy's art or whatever, and in 10 years we could be obsessed with it.
mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you have no
True.
idea how your flavor is going to change.
Yeah, that
what,
guy's like many steps ahead of us.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I know,
Imagine.
right?
right.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
But I was just going to ask if anybody has any recent revelations about drums in their productions. I'll say a quick thing. John Restraint was asking me, which is weird, about how I make such physicalized sounding drums, which
What do you?
he just asked, he's like, hey, when I come back from my trip, I want to come hang out because I want to see how you make
Mm.
drums. And
That's
I was
fair.
like,
Your
and I was like-
percussion is always.
I was like,
fucking
John,
on
yeah.
point.
Top notch.
Yeah.
I was like, John, I went
Yeah.
to you to learn how to make
Yeah.
drums. So just look at yourself, I guess. I mean, I'm just going to show you what you showed me, kind of, but not really. But,
You took Kick to
well, there's that.
you're there, bro.
But in terms of like,
Mhm.
he wants specifically like non-synthetic sounding drums, and me and Dave kind of had
Mm.
a laugh about it. We're like, yeah, just use real drum samples. Like
Yeah.
whether you mold them into a synthetic sound as well or whatnot. But if you're searching for a certain sound, sometimes it's obvious.
Hmm.
You know, like I want a snare that sounds like a real snare. It's like, well, just find a real snare sound.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's simple as
and
that.
Caleb does a lot of breaks.
Yeah, I do a
um,
lot of breaks.
So, but he's really done a good job of fine tuning his breaks to
Mhm.
sound really nice
Yeah.
and loud and
Spent the last
crispy.
4 years.
So, like, it makes sense that John would want to know.
Right.
But the real answer, really, for John would be then, just use actual breaks
Just yeah.
and
And don't
finesse the fuck out of them,
right. And don't
which takes a lot of time to learn.
yeah, and especially the right word there is finesse. Like you don't want to overproduce the
No.
break.
No.
Mm.
Because if you overproduce it, now it just starts to sound synthetic. If it's like over EQ'd or over distorted or over compressed or over layered, you can really start to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
But have you guys had any interesting drum revelations in the last couple weeks?
I have. I talked about it
Oh.
already on the past 2 podcasts, though.
That's fine. You
Should I
can
just bring it up again?
reiterate it real quick.
All right. Number 1, fuck any sample that has the hi-hat built into the kick.
Okay. Yeah. Hilarious. We talked
Kill
about
yourselves. Don't do that.
This. All right. Bye, guys.
Resonant language. John, I'm looking at you both. Disappointed. No, it's fine. It's fine. That was, I
Really?
don't like it because it
They
just
do that?
always, yeah, resonant language. he I think understands that certain people don't like that though. So like in his Patreon packs, he has like some built in, and there's like 20 that are built in with the hi-hat, and then he has the clean versions where it's just those, and those are the only ones I use. Like just the clean. I'm like, yes, thank God.
I don't like hi-hats on top of kicks either.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what it is. It
I
just
don't really like
fucking
it either.
bugs me. Yeah.
I usually will sidechain my hi-hats to my kick,
There you go.
but I'll a lot of times layer a hi-hat on that I want in the kick. If I want more high-end in the kick, or if I want a lot of times a hi-hat on the kick on the one is really nice, because that's what the almond break does. Like the first kick is like,
and I'm all on board with that. I think the thing that irks me is like if you have the hi-hat built into your kick and you have a very different tone for your other hi-hats.
For sure.
It sounds like so out of place. So you almost have
Yeah.
to match your hi-hats to that kick.
Right.
Which is fine, but it's like kind of annoying. I'd rather just be
low
able to,
pass
like,
it, bro. Just
Really
low pass it.
annoying. Really annoying.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just kill all your transient,
just
kill it all.
kill all of the top end.
Definitely some of them. Also, I don't necessarily, especially on like the one beat, like a hi-hat's not my favorite cymbal to have on top of like a kick on the one beat. Like I'd rather have the top end coming from like a crash or like a cymbal. Is a hi-hat's a cymbal, right? Aznadel?
Yeah. Just a little symbol.
I mean, it's 16
It's two of them.
But a
14
cymbal
inches.
is
It's
okay.
two.
But yeah, that's not my favorite noise to have on that.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least not built in for sure. I want to have the choice. 'Cause then what if you have to put a crash on top of it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'd like to have the choice.
Like, what
if you're
I don't
just
want it
stuck with
either.
the sample, you're stuck with it.
I also don't like using producers that I enjoy their music's
Same.
kick drum samples. I want to make my own.
Yep.
I want my kick.
Big point. Big point right there.
Every single fucking time. I'm like, meh. I've been using I like convolution really highly multi-banded into a very specific area for width as a layer on top of whatever the fucking percussion-y thing is. Whether
Huge.
it's kick, snare, like snare, a really nice way to go is you set your multi-band to where you're just convoluting the fundamental, basically. And you're just widening the fucking shit out of the fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Because the high end, you're not going to get as much juice out of the width. Whereas the fundamentals can be really, really nice. Just giving you a little.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Right.
You dry wet it.
I think it's an interesting perspective too, where it's just like it's super genre specific. Like where certain genres like call for like an aggressive kick and like a real like clicky one, whereas like a lot like don't necessarily.
Yeah.
So a realization that I had recently that I've been enacting in mine, specifically with I've been having existential crises with my music and just my life in general. So like, I mean, but like,
That's fair.
If we're just talking about the drums, I've been kicking it with the guest that you all have on in a couple weeks, real heavy, and he's real deep in some heavy dubstep. And like, man, honestly, it's been real refreshing making music with him. So like, all of his dubstepping friends who are playing like real music and like real dubstep clubs and nationwide, worldwide, honestly, dude, I see these cats, they're rolling off frequency content on their kick drums to like 4,000 hertz. And
Just getting
Wild.
the boomy.
just letting it, just like a boomy kick, and then they're definitely layering it up at that point with some type of like cymbal work or some type of like top end, but it's not coming from like click on a kick at all. And I thought that was interesting, only in the sense that there's no right way, and it was just a reminder of that. And sometimes it's nice to be refreshed of the reminder of that, where it's just like these music that I very much respect, and it's just like, okay, so I've been doing that with my song, just playing with it, where it's just like, oh, not everything has to be a slappy kick. And it's hard. I don't want to give that information to necessarily beginners, right? Because just like you should be able to be in control and like decide on like a good kick that has all the components, but the rules are made to be broken once you understand them. And that was definitely the biggest realization, seeing somebody was just like, oh, fuck. That's crazy.
Right.
Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you want to explore all the options. As I've been making these breaks over the last couple of days, one thing I'm noticing is, depending on what I'm doing, I will treat things differently, which is a lovely kind of process to go through. And as you do it over and over and over again, you start to make little adjustments and you find little tweaks. And like I'm doing things that I wouldn't typically do in a regular song if I'm just like kind of making my drums off scratch for the song. With these little breaks, I'm doing a little bit more finessing of things. And it's not hard to do because I'm just making a little quick break. Doesn't matter.
Right.
A couple bars or something. It's not really that much work. And you can crank them out. So it's pretty interesting. And yeah, I would encourage that shit. Like, go and do things many, many times in a row. That's like, it's such a huge factor. Like we say, make 400 more, make 400 kicks, make fucking 400 breaks.
We're serious about that. We're not just joking, saying a huge number. Like, actually make 400 more.
You have to make hundreds.
Yeah.
Like, you have to make hundreds. Like, it's... and then once you...
What a great way to end the show.
When you do shit in a row, too.
Yes.
It really... Like, when you make a bunch in a row, you will fucking start finessing things in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise. And yet you get to learn that. And then now, when you go back into a new tune, you don't even have to use any of those things that you made before.
No, but
you
you're
just
using the
have
technique.
that knowledge now.
Yep.
And you're going to be better.
It's called leveling up, folks.
Yeah.
Life is an RPG.
Work on shit.
and then
life is an RPG.
The closer you get to it, or like the better you get, not even the closer you get, the better you get, you realize that you're not even close at all.
Yeah.
True.
God.
Then you're just,
but that's the depressing part. We don't want to let them in on that yet. Folks,
that's the existential crisis. And then you go
that
through
comes
that.
later.
That's a whole different thing.
I was talking about that with
and you start making dark techno music.
Yeah. I was talking about that with Dave like 2 weeks ago or something, and I was like, yo, you guys are like at the 10-year mark, like you're getting your mastery belt. And then Dave, like the first thing he said, he was like, yeah, that's true, but like I need 10 more. Like, I'm like,
yeah, I actually think 20 years is the actual GOAT years.
Yeah.
Did they say that?
That's the grandmaster.
Based on looking at comedians, 20 years is like the real.
Right, because
that's the real shit. Now you're a legend.
You have 10 years to learn.
Yeah.
And then you have 10 years to practice.
Oh, so the first 10 years is just to get to the
just
start of the race.
Yeah, just to figure out how you even need to practice. And then you get 10 more years of actually practicing.
Yeah, and also you're then working on like a bunch of other random skills that get you into scenes and help you understand how to network and all the bullshit.
Isn't that the interesting part though, where it's just like once you get the amount of hours in, where it's just like I'm definitely 10,000 hours in for sure. But it's just like once you get past that, you just got to develop more. And that's when you're like,
there's another 10,000 hours.
You got to go. Basically, the first 10 years is the preheating of the oven.
Yeah.
And then you got to get in the oven.
That's what people don't realize. We're just like, the best thing you can do is just be committed to something for 20 years and like it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna
exactly. It will work out if you are truly committed.
And you got 20 years of time to give.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the trick.
That's the trick.
Good luck having the stamina, bitches.
That's it, folks.
Fucking have at it. We are going to do it. Will you? Fuck off.
You can be here. Watch the whole progress.
That's it,
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Folks, we'll see you guys next week. Shout out Any Heights.
Any Heights.
Any Heights music, right? Any Heights _ music, or is it just Any Heights music?
So it's kind of confusing. It's the letters NE Heights music on everything. Bunch more stuff coming your way.
I don't know the letter Heights.
I don't know that letter either.
HAITS.
Hopefully they link it.
We'll link it, folks. I link it every episode.
It's in the name.
Love you guys. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.